Hey Virgo, we're here for your weekly tarot love reading June 16th through to June 22nd. This is for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, and for any of you lovely cross watchers dealing with a Virgo romantically. Please keep in mind, Virgo, it is a general reading, so it may or may not resonate, and I always invite you here on my channel to take what works and leave the rest. Just a quick reminder that if you'd like a personal reading, I do offer those through Etsy, and the link is in the description box below the video. So we're going to jump right into it today, Virgo, and we're going to see what could be coming towards you in love for this week. First message coming out. Ooh, what is this? We have got, it is safe for you to love. This message came jumping out of the deck for you, Virgo. So let's break down what this could mean. Now, this message says, open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. I feel like you're being encouraged to open your heart to the possibilities this week when it comes to love. If you're single, maybe this is opening your heart to somebody new. If you're currently involved with somebody, maybe you've been holding back a little bit, and this is a good week for the two of you to open up together and to talk about your feelings, talk about your connection, maybe start to take things a little bit deeper within the relationship. But I will say that with this message, I do also get the sense of somebody holding back a little bit. Now, this could be you, Virgo. It could also be somebody who you're involved with romantically, where if you've been hurt before or if they've been hurt before, there is a sense of a little bit of emotional unavailability, right? Somebody who's holding back to protect themselves, somebody who's holding back to protect their heart. So they're not being fully open and available because there's a fear here of getting hurt. And I feel like this week is presenting an opportunity to maybe try to overcome that fear. But it is possible that maybe you're feeling a little bit frustrated because perhaps you've been dealing with somebody and you're just kind of feeling like they're emotionally unavailable, and that could be a very frustrating place to be. Tell me more about what could be coming toward Virgo for this week, please. Ooh, soulmate. Okay. So yes, this is your soulmate. So obviously there is a very strong connection here between you and somebody this week, Virgo. You know, like I said, it could be new love coming in. So maybe there's soulmate energy coming towards you. Now, if you're involved with somebody, as I always say, you know, there could be a very special connection between the two of you. This tells me that this is not just, you know, a casual fling. There's obviously a real substance to the relationship between the two of you. Now, I do feel like maybe there is a little bit of holding back. And I almost feel like the oracle messages are saying, like, Virgo, there's a really good possibility here for the two of you to have an amazing relationship. But if either of you have been holding back, this could be a really good week to maybe try to bring down some of those barriers so that you can move forward within the connection. Let's get one more message about what could be coming toward Virgo for this week, please. And then we've got unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. Okay, so I'm going to tell you what I think is going on this week. We've got two cards here that to me are very fear-based kind of energy, okay? The first card says, it is safe for you to love. And to me, it feels like somebody has been holding back because they've been scared of being vulnerable. And then the unrequited love card is kind of that fear of, are they going to love me as much as I love them, right? Because unrequited love is essentially a one-sided dynamic, Virgo. It tends to show up when somebody is more invested in the other person than they are in them. And so what I see here, and like I said, this could be for you and or your person. So take it how it connects, Virgo. I feel there's fear. There's a lot of fear showing up in the energy for this week. So somebody has been hurt. Maybe somebody was involved in a situation in the past where they got broken up with, they were heartbroken. Maybe you've had an unrequited love situation where you loved somebody before and they just didn't reciprocate. Maybe your person went through that. And so I'm getting a lot of fear-based baggage being brought into the connection because it's like there's this soulmate vibe between you and them. There's this soulmate connection, but it feels like fear is getting in the way. That's the big message I'm getting for you for this week. It's like there's a beautiful possibility here in this connection between you and whoever this person is. But it also feels like fear is potentially getting in the way of the two of you moving forward. Now, it's a general reading, Virgo, right? So whatever this fear is probably going to be a little bit different for each of you, but it does feel like somebody, or maybe both of you, are holding back because you're scared. So on the one hand, there's this desire to want to connect. There's this desire to want to explore this beautiful connection. But I feel like I almost want to say like both of you are coming into this with emotional baggage that's making both of you feel scared to open up. And that's a really tough place to be because on the one hand, you might really want to open up and really just connect with this person. but fear could be holding you back, or fear could be holding them back. So that's what I'm getting for the overall energy. Now, here's what we're going to do for the rest of the reading, Virgo. Let's look more at this person and let's look more at you for this week, okay? So we're going to look at their overall energy, what they could be feeling this week and what actions they could be taking. I'm going to look at the same thing for you, and then we're going to look at the potential outcome and let's just kind of see how this plays out. Can you overcome this fear? Are you guys able to work through it? Let's see where it goes. So tell me about this person's energy for this week, please. Wow. Okay. Literally the most perfect card for the scenario I've been describing. 8 of Swords. Look at this. This is why I love tarot, you guys. I just feel, I don't know, it connects so well with human experience. So 8 of Swords is like the fear-based card, okay? It is about getting up in our head, letting our negative thoughts overwhelm us, having fear, having doubt. It's literally everything that I was just saying, where I'm like, there's fear showing up. So this is your person's energy. So now we know that there's definitely fear on their side. And again, what these fears are, Virgo, can be different for each person, but it really feels to me like this anxiety and this fear is trickling into the connection between the two of you. The 8 of Swords tells me that your person is really getting up in their head, really overthinking things, being scared about what happens if they do this, what if they do that, how is Virgo going to respond, what's going to happen? And it's like they're talking themselves into all of these negative possible what if scenarios and really getting up in their head. Tell me more about this person's energy for this week, please. What is this? The 9 of Pentacles. Okay, that's good. I mean, the 9 of Pentacles tends to be somebody who's working on themselves. So maybe they're trying to work on these things, right? Maybe they feel that they're anxious because of things that happened to them in the past. And they're like, okay, I recognize there's some fear here, but I'm going to try to work on it. I'm going to try to grow through the fear. I'm going to try to address some of the issues. So 9 of Pentacles to me is a good indicator that they're working on things. Tell me more, please, about this person's energy for this week. And then the Justice card, Libra energy. Okay, I'm getting Justice of the Peace vibes. Maybe some of you guys are married to this person, but if you're not married, I do think there is potential here for you guys to move in that direction if you're able to overcome your fears. And that's what I see happening for your person, where they're like, yeah, I'm really scared to open up and be vulnerable because I've been hurt before. But I also know that there's the potential for something really good to happen here with Virgo. And so they're in a little bit of this like mental tug of war energy that I feel, Virgo, where they're scared to be vulnerable, but they also realize that maybe if they take the risk and be vulnerable, there could be a huge payoff between the two of you in the form of like having an amazing relationship, right? Interesting. So let's see what they could be feeling this week, please. Let's take a look at that. 6 of Cups, interesting. Interesting, curious energy, Virgo. So 6 of Cups tends to show up when there is something from the past that is impacting us. And this is what we've been talking about. We've been talking about how there might be fear. And if your person is fearful and scared, it probably comes from somewhere. It probably comes from something that's happened to them in the past. And so this is showing up as the first card in your person's emotions for this week, Virgo. It definitely tells me that something from the past is weighing on them emotionally, and that's what's probably leading them to be scared. So maybe the two of you have a really good date. It feels really wonderful. And then the date ends and they're like, oh my gosh. And they start thinking about the past and they're like, but what if it doesn't work out? What if it falls apart like my past relationships? And they start spiraling. So the 6 of Cups showing up is indicating that there's still something emotionally heavy that's weighing on your person from the past. And that's probably what's contributing towards some of this anxiety and fear. Tell me what else they could be feeling this week, please. The 10 of Wands. Wow. Okay, the tarot is just confirming everything today, you guys. 10 of Wands is emotional baggage. Like everything we've been talking about already, it indicates feeling stressed, feeling weighed down, feeling like your person is carrying a lot on their shoulders. And so there's the weight of something from the past, because these two cards are showing up beside each other, the weight of something from the past that is really impacting your person. And from what I can see so far, it's kind of like that's the thing that's going to need to be overcome in order for the two of you to really be together, right? Because I do actually feel a really genuine gentle, pure love between you and this person. But I also get that sense of two people maybe holding back because they've been hurt before, right? And so can we deal with pain from the past? Yes, of course we can, right? Like these are things that can be addressed, but it's gonna probably take both of you recognizing what those triggers are, recognizing what those issues are, and working to release the burden, okay? Let's see what else your person could be feeling this week. Let's get one more, the Eight of Cups. I think they're trying to leave behind the past, right? They're trying to emotionally detach. They're trying to start a new chapter, essentially. You know, the Eight of Cups is a card of figuring out what's really important to us and moving toward that. This person is not looking back, right? Are they looking back at the past? No, they're not, Virgo, right? They're like, you know what? Maybe I gotta leave this stuff behind me because it's time for the next chapter. I think that's where your person's mindset is at this week. So let's see what actions they could be taking. Ooh, I like that, Virgo, the Fool. So the Fool is about taking a leap of faith. It's a brand new beginning. So I feel like this is a really positive indicator that your person's gonna take a leap of faith with you this week. It's gonna be like, they get up and they're like, you know what? I don't wanna hold back. I don't wanna be scared. I don't wanna be fearful. I wanna fully give my heart to Virgo and I wanna like work on this and I wanna see how it can go and just like completely opening up to the possibilities. Okay, what is this? What else could they be doing? Three of Wands, thinking about the future. I noticed the 1111 showed up on my viewfinder when I held that up. So I don't always notice that number when I'm doing readings, but it's a really lovely number when it comes to love, right? It's the 1111, it's like good things coming in. And so with the Three of Wands connecting with that 1111 energy, this is about that visionary energy of the future, where things are going. So your person is taking action, I think, to think about the future between the two of you and ultimately get excited about the future between the two of you, Virgo. Let's see what other actions they could be taking this week, please. And then the Three of Pentacles, yeah. I really hope this is going to work out for you guys. Just looking at their energy, like my heart definitely goes out to both of you because I think we all know what it's like to be hurt. I don't know anyone who's gone through life and has not had a challenging moment at some point. I just think that's part of life, you know? There's good moments, there's, neutral moments, there's challenging moments. We all go through it. And, those experiences can shape us. And sometimes those experiences can hold us back if we don't deal with them. But in your person's case, I do really see someone who's been hurt before. I do really see that, Virgo, but I just feel like they recognize it. And that's so important. It's like they know they've been hurt this week. They're recognizing the ways they're holding back. And they're like, I don't want that to be my story with Virgo. I want to take a leap of faith. I want to think about my future with Virgo. And I want to be together in this with that Three of Pentacles, supporting each other and having each other's backs, okay? So I'm like, it's very sweet, your person's energy. So let's look at you. Tell me about Virgo for this week, please. King of Cups, nice. That's really nice energy. King of Cups is like super, I was gonna say emotional, like not in an erratic way, but like emotionally connected type of energy. It tells me that you have big feelings for this person. You have deep feelings for this person, Virgo. There's a lot of love here, right? I've been saying that the whole reading, like there's a beautiful connection here, right? It's just that fear that's maybe getting in the way a little bit, but you can work on it. Tell me more about Virgo's energy. The Five of Wands, yeah. I'm not surprised to see this, Virgo. Five of Wands does show up when we're feeling conflicted, right? And so we know what the conflict is. We've talked about it at length. Part of you is very excited about this person because you feel really good with them, right? There's this soulmate connection, this beautiful love that's starting to blossom or has already blossomed between the two of you. But if you've been hurt before, there's also that little bit of internal conflict that's like, can I trust it? Should I give my heart to this person? Should I open up? That's the internal dilemma, right? Tell me more about Virgo's energy this week, please. And then the Five of Pentacles. Yeah, it's like, my heart is so going out to you and this person this week, Virgo. It's like, I love them, but should I allow myself to be vulnerable? Am I gonna be abandoned again? Am I gonna be hurt? It's that fear, right? It's like, you realize you're putting yourself in this very vulnerable place by having these feelings for this person. It's like you want to give into these feelings, you want to explore this connection, but you've been hurt before and you're like, what if I end up left out in the cold again? What if they leave me and I don't see it coming? What if I get abandoned here? And that's what's coming up, right? It's those mix of feelings of like the love and the connection here, but also the fear of like, oh, what if I get hurt? Because I've got these really big feelings and I don't want to get hurt again. That's what I get, you know? So let's see what Virgo could be feeling this week, please. The Judgment card. Okay. This is really good. I mean, Judgment is connecting with our higher purpose, our higher values, what we want, what we desire. I think that's what you're being encouraged to follow this week. Like, I think if you're feeling good with this person and you're feeling connected and you're feeling that synergy and you're feeling that compatibility, trust that, right? Because all that other stuff from the past, I'm not saying it's not important. I'm not saying it doesn't impact you, because I think it definitely is. But it's like, what is true of this relationship? It's almost like you have to separate out the noise of all the past stuff that happened and just focus on what's happening between the two of you. And the other thing is with the Judgment card, this can be a card of forgiveness and second chances. So maybe there's somebody from the past where you're like, I need to forgive them. I need to, let it go. And forgiveness is not about saying that what they did is okay. It's not about saying that what they did is right at all, but it's about saying, I'm going to release that burden and I'm going to let it go, because maybe some of you have been holding on to anger and pain, and this might be a time to release that past energy. Tell me more about what Virgo could be feeling, please. The King of Wands. Nice. So I like that, because we've had two kings within your energy. I know you're not a fire sign, Virgo. You're an earth sign, obviously. But I feel like you're being encouraged to embody this King of Wands energy. It's like, do what makes you feel good. The King of Wands is very passionate, creative, connected to things that make them smile. And it's like, that's what you're being encouraged to pour your energy into this week. And it's also a very passionate energy. So I feel like you have passion for this person. You have love for this person. And it's like, focus on what the message I'm getting is, focus on what's going right, not what could go wrong. That's my big message for you for this reading, if you've made it this far. Okay, let's get one more card about what Virgo could be feeling, please. Six of Wands, yeah. I mean, Six of Wands is a card of victory and success. I think you know that there's potential here for things to be really good between you and this person, right? It kind of just feels like maybe this is a week to let go of some of those fears. I think for you and for them, right? So that you can come together and be vulnerable and really move the relationship forward. Let's see what actions Virgo could be taking, please. Ace of Pentacles. I kind of love that, because your person had the Fool in the same position, and both of these cards have an element of like a new beginning, where it's like, you know what? I'm going to embrace this connection. I'm going to embrace this relationship. And it's this new, fresh energy where you get excited about the future instead of looking into the past. Tell me more about what actions Virgo could be taking. Wheel of Fortune. Nice. I love that. So first of all, Wheel of Fortune is about getting lucky in love, right? And I do think there's something really beautiful between you and this person. It's kind of like two people coming into it who've been really hurt before is also what I'm seeing, but realizing that, you know what, this is our chance to have that happily ever after. And this is a very lucky energy that really indicates that things are shifting and changing. If you've been hurt before, Virgo, if you've had bad breakups, bad relationships, bad shit that happened to you in love, it's like the wheel is saying, this is your time. Let's move past that. Let's turn, let's spin that wheel and let's move on to bigger and better things, right? When it comes to love. Let's get one more card for what actions Virgo could be taking this week, please. Yep. Three of Swords. Taking action to deal with the emotional heaviness and the stuff that's been weighing on your heart, okay? I'm sending you so much good vibes, Virgo. I sound a little bit like a broken record, but, I'm definitely seeing the energy this week is two people who have been really, really hurt before. And now it's like they're finding their way to each other. And it's not easy because you've been hurt before. It is very scary to allow yourself to open up to somebody new, because we've talked about this, Virgo. To me, allowing yourself to fall in love is maybe one of the bravest things you could do. And the reason I feel that way is because you're basically giving somebody your heart and being like, please don't break it, right? Because you can't control another person. You can't predict how things are going to play out. Life is going to move forward, right? And things are going to happen. But it's about being open and saying, you know what? I know that I could be hurt, but I also know if I open up, it could be amazing, right? And so with the Three of Swords showing up in your actions, to me, that's that emotional heaviness, that burden, that heartbreak that you've been carrying for whatever happened to you. And it's like, this is a good time to take action, to let it go, and to not let this define your future and define your story moving forward. So let's see what the potential outcome is here within this situation, please. I love that. Queen of Pentacles. We will definitely take that, Virgo. Okay. So this is your energy, first of all. Maybe some of you guys are dealing with another earth sign romantically, a Virgo, Taurus, or a Capricorn, but this is great. I mean, this is a really, really beautiful card within the tarot. The Queen of Pentacles is stable, secure. It tends to indicate a relationship where there's a lot of stability and consistency and reliability. It's a relationship where you feel safe, you feel grounded, you feel like you can count on your person. Both of you can count on each other. You love each other, you nurture the connection. And so I think that I'm smiling because I know the energy's been heavy in some ways, but I feel like the main message for this week is like breaking through that heaviness, because you and this person have this beautiful love for each other. And excuse me, yeah, you're coming in with like these backstories and the stuff that's happened to you before. Sorry, excuse me, you guys. You're coming in with this backstory and these tough experiences, but the Queen of Pentacles is like, this is a time to just let this relationship grow into something beautiful together. And maybe there's even some really beautiful healing that happens as a result of this connection as well. So this is a really, really good card to get in the outcome, you guys. Okay. So I'm going to leave it there for you, Virgo. If you enjoyed this reading, you know what to do. Give me a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. If you'd like to get a personal reading, I do offer those through Etsy, and the link is in the description box below the video. And of course, I wish you love and I wish you happiness, and we'll talk soon. Bye, guys.